having a child with your gay best friend. That's the story I'm going to tell you today. So from time to time in family law, we get these cases of artificial insemination or sperm donor or embryo cases. They don't come up that often, but occasionally you do, and they're always really emotional and really difficult. So this is a situation where I was acting for the mother whose best friend, a gay man, who she'd known for like 15 years. They went to nursing school together. They were really, really good friends. And she sort of found herself in her late 30s, single, with no real prospects of having a baby, she thought, in the natural way. And she thought she's going to need a sperm donor. So, of course, in Australia, it's really hard to buy sperm. You can, it's expensive, and there's a big waiting list. I think it's about a year. It's really hard to get sperm. So the best way of doing it is to ask somebody you know whether or not they're prepared to donate sperm. So she asks her best friend if he's prepared to donate sperm to her. Now, she will have 100% custody of the child. He doesn't have to pay child support. She will look after the child, care for the child, and his involvement in the child's life will be 100% up to him. Now, he thought about it. At first he said no. He thought about it, and then he said, okay, but I don't want the child to know that I'm her father. I just want to be like a friendly uncle. We're best friends, so I will, of course, be in her life, or his life, depending if it's a boy or a girl. I just want to make sure that I'm not seen as the child's father. I don't want that role. I never signed up for that role. She agrees. So they go through IVF, and she falls pregnant. She ends up having a little boy. Now, over the years, their relationship had strained. So by the time she had the child, they were still friends, but just not best friends. They didn't see each other that often. So she has the baby, and when it's time to do the birth certificate, she puts him on as the biological father because he's the sperm donor / father. Big mistake. So as time goes on, he gets into a new relationship with a new man. They marry. They then see that, they want a child and really don't have prospects of getting one anytime soon. So they decide to take her to court to seek custody of that little boy that she'd been raising on her own without his involvement. He'd seen the child from time to time, but more as a friend, not as a parent. So she came to see me. We ended up fighting it in court. It was very, very stressful for her because she didn't think that he ever wanted to be the father. If she had have known that, she might have considered a different option. She basically saw herself as a single parent. By the time the case went to court, the little boy was 4. And we ended up settling the case, and he ended up agreeing to spend time with the child alternate weekends and time during school holidays. But I guess the moral of the story is, if ever you're in this situation, don't put that person, the sperm donor, on the birth certificate, because once they're the biological parent, they have all these rights that they otherwise wouldn't have had.